But my disagreement would be that I do feel that
I'm right
there
there.
should be a better way to bring the men and women together. Because from what I'm hearing,
A better way than what?
there's a lot of harshness coming in tone. And I don't think a lot of women are
Tone.
used to that because of the
Okay,
society
okay,
we're
okay.
in.
So your
I'm sorry. Go
disagreement is
ahead.
with my tone?
He said because of the society we in. He need help talking. So I'm going to talk for him. He said they're not used to that because of the society that we're in. See, the society that we're in, people not used to talking at all. They talk on the internet. So they're not used to anybody's tone at all. And a lot of people don't have dads. So they're not used to any tone from a man.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes,
Then you go do it.
I respect that. I respect that.
And one thing that people will come to find out is that people don't have Kevin Samuels' patience. They don't. People say, oh, you disrespect women. Yeah, okay.
I
Okay.
can respect that. I just feel that women aren't accustomed to men of that.
Were you raised
of
by your
caliber.
father?
Yes.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel. I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Gotcha. Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come
This is a guy that's learning from women.
across.
So
They don't seem to receive that as
He may have been raised by his dad, but his social skills or lack thereof, he got from looking online in a Derek Jackson type of way.
as well as someone with a softer tone.
really, does it matter how they receive it, or does it matter what they do about it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a question I'm asking you.
First of all, that's a question. You have to take the glasses off for that one. Does it matter how they receive it or what they do about it, sir? Don't take the glasses off. Put the glasses back on. Answer the question.
What matters more?
What you
It
got
matters
to
more what they do with the information.
Well, then I challenge you to go look at what some of my detractors, people who tell women what they want to hear, and go find the amount of women who tell them, you saved my marriage, I'm getting married because of you, you made me a better woman, I didn't like what you had to say, but now I'm better. Go look in their comment section, go look at how many videos the women have made to them, and come back and tell me how they rank next to mine.
You're right.
My question is,
Them niggas is divorced and disgraced.
as a black man, why are you coming in here making an emotional argument about tone when we got such a problem with our women?
Well, I think I'm making.
I'm gonna let him answer, but I actually already answered that question, Kevin. He's learning from women. He's got a, I hate to even say it, beta type of swag to him.
An argument simply because more black women, they're listening to your content. I see more and more people are having discussions.
Well, let me reframe this. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes?
I don't really see that many that much of a good outcome, honestly.
Of who? For me or for them?
Well, black women. I mean,
No.
Black women.
My tone.
That was a good question. You don't see the outcomes from who? The people who ain't listening, or the people who is?
Tone aside, I'm getting outcomes. Yes. The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting?
The question is, why are you holding Kevin Samuels this responsible for the entire damn culture?
Women married, going back to their husbands, reframing how they look at men. You say you follow my content, right?
You're right.
Who's getting the outcome?
You're getting more outcome. I mean, I will give
So
you
as
that.
a man, how are you going to come to me as a man who's getting a better outcome and tell me about a tone?
Well, simply because I just feel like
again with the feeling. See, the problem is when you say this, you weaken us. You sound soft saying this shit.
But how is that?
Cause
I'll
you
tell you
sound
how.
like.
No, go ahead.
Listen to what the
Cooking
men are
food.
going to go back
Respect.
and go look in the comment section after this video.
Oh, comment section. Oh, that's me. Let me tell you how. First of all, you are telling him how women think and how women feel. Like you're really not even having a man conversation. You're having a conversation with a man from a woman's perspective. And to put the icing on the cake, you keep saying about feelings, and that's what women tend to do. They feel and then they react off those feelings and then say those things. So it's like you're doing that. Like, so whatever you're using that pen for, you need to be taking notes. So that was in the comment section. Since you asked, I'll tell you.
And I feel. I don't. If I'm getting a different outcome, which is a better outcome, damn the tone. It's the outcome. And if you're saying you see the same outcome, why do you care so much about the tone?
Because I don't think the majority of women are receiving what you're saying the right way.
It's not for the
So,
majority of women. And the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses. And what is that doing for the majority of women?
But if the majority,
right, because it'd be the people who don't even watch his content, but just heard something or one thing and go off that and don't even like it. Well, it ain't for you, and you ain't gonna get no high value man anyway.
Content properly.
If the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses and you're tens, what are the outcomes to that? See, this is our problem.
You want to know what's funny? Now I got a story to tell. That chick, Angel, when Kevin Samuels passed away, she said Kevin Samuels was boosting up men's ego, ruined the dating market by boosting up men's ego. Well, who is it that had women believing that they're all tens? Because that is hurting them. You know what I'm saying? So how did he hurt the dating market, but you won't put an L on the person who got women doing that? And then they're disguising it as self-confidence. When really, it's lies. You could be self-confident and know that you're not a damn 10. Like, that's two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? But you boosted women, who boosted women's head? Who has to hold that L?
Black men right here. You want me to moderate my tone when it's getting a better outcome than the moderated tones.
But my point is, I don't think it's being received by women as well as it would be if it was a tag.
Well, they receive lies. They know people lie to them, so what are they going to receive? They want to be lied to. Women want to hear something that makes them feel good, even if it ain't the truth.
Bit better. Trust me, I'm not
That's
saying
all they exes is liars.
Your complete tone. That's not what I'm saying, because I respect your
I mean,
content.
you know,
yeah, you is.
But what you're making is a feelings-based argument.
What do you want
to do?
If
you change your tone, then what? Okay, let's say it your way. If I change my tone, what percentage increase do you think I would get?
I think you would get a lot more.
What percentage increase do you think I would get?
At least 15 to 20. At least a 15 or 20% increase.
I don't think so. And you're basing that based on what?
Just based off,
once again, I gotta agree with you.
My anecdotal.
Right, right.
People just.
Right. You have nothing to base that on. I want you to sit there and ponder that. You want me to change what's getting outcomes, verifiable, and you're saying 15 to 20% based upon nothing. That's how men operate. That's how we think. See, I'm challenging this because there are going to be black women who are going to come around and say, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but we can't be like this because no other group of men thinks like this." It is weak thinking. No.
Right.
No.
We can't compare ourselves to other people. They don't problem solve like us. We got our own problem solving. Deal with the issues in house. Talk about other people.
It works. And if I'm not getting everybody, so what? I'm doing far better than the people telling they're queens and goddesses. And you can't come tell me that if you moderated your message, you get about 15 to 20% more. You can't say that. Somebody could easily come along and say he could lose 50%.
First of all, what I'm getting from this guy is a simp vibe. But sometimes you can't blame our young men for these kind of mindsets. Because nowadays in society, if a man behaves like a man, he's seen as toxic. But if a woman behaves like a man, she's seen as a strong woman. A man is supposed to behave like a woman, and woman is supposed to behave like a man. That is accepted in society. Most of our black boys grew up in homes that has no strong men, and I'm not surprised of how he's coming across with how he feels. And to be honest, no disrespect to anyone, but any man that disagrees with Kevin's message is probably a simp, or he don't have the brain horsepower to process whatever he was always putting across. And to be honest, anyone complaining about his tone, it's not always about his tone, it's about the message. If someone tells you the sky is fucking blue or the sky is blue, doesn't change the fact that the sky is blue. But people always concentrate on his tone.
But you have to understand, a lot of people may only watch your content not because they're trying to better.
But do you understand that they could make the same argument? You could lose 50% based upon their anecdotal evidence. Could someone make the same argument? You could lose. True or false?
I mean, that's true. You could always lose followers or lose.
Well, so it's a counter argument. And what I'm saying is what you're saying doesn't make is not rooted in anything other than your feelings.
The reason I say that, okay, first of all, you just said I use the word feelings too much. So I was raised in a household with both my father and a mother. So my mother is a very strong-willed person. My father he's also a very strong-willed person. So, but he always taught me, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar or something along that line. But anyway, it's an old school term, but he always used that term.
How you gonna get the term wrong when it's something he always taught you?
So he always trained me to say there's a time and place to be very strong and stern, and there's a time and place to kind of fall back and use your softer side.
Well, today and this, talking to Kevin damn Samuels, is the time to be strong and firm, not talk about your damn feelings. The hell wrong with you, boy?
A platform with a man who's been on for a year.
Yeah. Well, I think
grown from 50,000 subscribers to almost 1 million.
Yes.
Who's a professional salesperson who is trained in what you're talking about. Monday through Friday, I do this.
Yes, I agree.
And
actually, you don't
think that I know the things you're talking about, but I also know as a salesperson and as a marketer, as a presenter, people respond to authenticity and actual outcomes.
But I understand it. I'm a marketing manager. I understand.
Then what you're saying is not even make good business sense. It's based in nothing.
You need to fix them.
What I'm saying is not about business. What I'm saying is it's about relationships. It
is about business. You said getting more people is about increasing an outcome.
Right.
It's business. It can be both.
Okay, but I thought your content was about building the black community, building our community.
It is, and who's getting a better outcome? Who's getting the better damn outcome? Is it Derek Jackson and Steve Harvey telling you queens and everything else? Or is it this? Have you seen any videos saying, I got my husband because of Derek Jackson? Derek Jackson saved my marriage. Steve Harvey did this. Have you seen?
I've seen some videos that Derek Jackson got somebody's wife.
Any of those videos?
Of course, I watch all that content.
No, you've seen women come out and say, I found my husband listening to these guys, following this information.
No, but they do follow that stuff.
I didn't ask you. Okay, have you seen any videos saying that Kevin Samuels is the reason I'm married? There are 5 on my channel right now.
Yes, but they may not just produce that stuff.
Geez.
Just say no.
They may not produce that or put that content or information out there to the general public. That's all I'm saying.
And all I'm saying is say no.
My thing is, you would get more viewers, you would get a better outcome just if
okay, you're right. I like the outcome I'm getting. This is what I'm going to do, and it's working. And until you can show me something that's going to work better, show me somebody who has faster growth, more views, more consistent outcomes. Show me somebody. Show me one person. Give me the business reason to do it.
You're right.
Then stop. Stop, please. Because I don't like when we do this.
What are you doing with that pen? You need to take some notes.
Man, I try to be nice, but there's no business reason. There's no practical reason. This is in your feelings.
I guess I was thinking your content was supposed to bring the black family back together.
Holy shit! How many times have I? Can somebody else do? Let me bring somebody else on.
But you're not. But
let me get him. Let me get him on. Let me get him real quick. Respectfully too. Why do you keep saying that when his content for years and years and years was building up men, and then now women want the men, but they just don't want to be the women. So now he's trying to get the women to be the women. Like he was working towards what he was did with men, but it's women. So, they're set in their ways. So he's not gonna change. Well, he can't do it now, but he wasn't gonna change the process because it was working. He would have been at 3 million subs by now.
If there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples getting married because of me, that's bringing the black family back. Go.
But for every
listen, please. 5 couples, black couples married.
Sure.
Dozens of women in the comment section, I'm a better wife. All kind of shout outs across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't like the fact that we feel like we got to talk to our women in such a sugar and spice and everything nice when we are in a crisis. 1 in 4 will marry. 80% of children born out of wedlock. And you're coming to me with the same liberal, weak-wristed bullshit. Be nicer. Say it honeyed. Say it sweet. No. That ain't got us nothing. We need some good old-fashioned truth-telling.
Talk.
But this generation of women aren't receiving.
Holy shit. You're still going.
I'm going to stop them. Because why are you making that face, first of all? They're not receiving it. But they're receiving the bad results of not receiving it. So the people who are receiving it, all you had to do, is keep watching people receive it. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should do something else. And then they'll try to start soft girl era. They'll try to start it on their own, but they couldn't do it without the guidance of men.
They're not. Honestly, they're not receiving it.
That's their fault.
I understand. Totally
okay, I know disrespect. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
You ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Got any children?
No.
No, I don't.
You got a girlfriend?
No.
No.
I got several. I've been married, got kids. I think I know women better than you.
And I think he's damn near incel level. He's got a job. He's project manager. So he got a nice little job, and his focus is on his job, and his free time is on his phone, and he's following them damn Lifetime movie damn apps to get all this content he's getting.
You want to start pulling rank. I'm trying to be nice, man. Don't tell me about women if you ain't had no success with them, even fail with them.
I got you, brother. I won't even argue with you on that.
You can't argue this shit. I tried to let you off, man, but you're still pushing this point. Rooted in nothing.
Because I don't think you understand what I'm getting to. My point is, you may have 4 or 5 or maybe even 10 people that come on and say they've gotten married, but the majority, I'm focused more on the majority. That's all. I'm just saying the majority of women are not receiving it. They're pushing back.
If you focus on the majority, then they're pushing back, but what results are they getting? Huh? You tell me that.
If you've got 1,000 women and only 10 women are getting married out of 1,000, then the majority aren't receiving it. That's the only thing I'm trying to get to. Once again, I respect your content.
And let me get you to the problem in what you're thinking. It's the bird in the hand versus in the bush. You're a marketing person. You should understand a tipping point. What percentage do you need to reach a tipping point?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, what do you think?
No, you're a marketing manager.
To reach a tipping point, at least 40 to 50%.
10%.
Okay.
So I don't need 1,000 when 100 will do. You're trying to reach the masses. You'll never reach the masses. But when you reach a critical mass or a tipping point of 10%, the rest of the market tends to follow. Do you see people responding to my content? Do you see it starting conversations? How many platforms have you seen that have responded to Kevin Samuels? How many platforms have you seen where a black man is sitting next to a black woman and they're responding to this video? And then you look in the comment section. How many comedians are talking about it? How many people? What are you talking about?
What?
I grant you that. I grant you that. You do have that. You do have a lot of. You have started the conversation, so I would definitely.
And now you're trying to tell me do it different when it's working, and it's based in nothing.
But I'm not
If
saying
you had a
have to
business, if you had a business and it was
What are you
working,
saying?
and you were number one, and you were making progress and destroying your competition, you would go into the shareholders and we're going to change and do it this way now. They tell you you're out of
So
your gosh darn mind.
Let me ask you this. So do you feel that even if you were to change slightly, not 100%, but just change maybe 15%, that you would be able to
Oh,
get
what?
more?
Notice the
Just
question you
people
just
receive
asked
it.
me, do you feel like, the question you asked me is, do you feel like if I did this? I don't do business based on feelings.
Right.
I'm a man.
What do you think?
What is so hard?
No.
You
Why is
change.
that so
No.
hard?
Okay.
Because if I did, I'd do it. Do I strike you as somebody who's not smart enough to be able to read the tea leaves?
I get it. It's your content.
And you're not even telling them what to do if you don't tell them what to change it. How? What should he do different? He did ask you that at the beginning, but obviously, as we come to find out, you don't know.
I get it.
It's not about my content. It's about what. See, what you have to understand is what you're saying is doesn't work. It doesn't work. We tried it that way. It doesn't work.
Don't work.
And I need more men to have some steel in their spine and start standing up and sounding more like me instead of like you.
Yeah.
Black brothers. This sounds weak.
That's hell.
All women don't have to take us seriously. We got to go talk to them nicer. I'm going to tell them the truth and respect them as being the strong women that they are, and understand that they are smart enough to be able to make a decision. 1 in 4 of
He
you
like
are
he about to
married.
cry.
Either you change the way you pick a mate, or you'll buy a dog and die alone. I'm going to give them the benefit of being smart enough to use that PhD that they have and
I'm a
know
PhD.
that they're not getting the outcomes that they were
Look
marketed
at
that
his
they would get
face.
by being apart from their man, by calling themselves strong, independent. I don't
Look
need no
at
man.
his
That ain't
face.
working.
But they're not hearing you because they can't
Holy
get past the
shit.
hard exterior.
All right,
They can't get
all right,
past it.
all right.
But it's not that hard
they're-
than exterior. Women have smart mouths. I don't want to hear that hard exterior shit.
They've heard too much of men who think like you. Where are your balls?
I mean, hearing you.
All right,
based
man.
off of
You got it. You're right.
changing-
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You're absolutely right.
You're right. And this is what I mean about power, money, and sex. I'm not going to argue with you, bro. But you got nothing to base what you're saying on. You got nothing to base what you're saying on except feelings. And I respect your feelings, but I don't do things based on feelings.
And he'd let you
And,
say,
and even if I did, I don't feel like what you're saying is going to work because I've seen that it doesn't.
right. Right. Like, yo, I don't move off feelings, but even if I did, I don't feel like what you're saying is gonna work. And I don't feel like you even said anything. Like, you haven't even described what you're gonna do.
25,000 people in here. What
Well,
you're
are they
saying, man,
watching?
what you're saying, brother, is you've got nothing other than a feeling.
But are they watching for the shock value, or are they actually
Who
watching
gives
for
a shit?
likes?
They're watching. That's the point. They're watching. And how many women have come? See, if you were really a watcher of mine, you would know that women come over and say, you know what? I thought this, but until I watched an entire video myself, and then I heard the logic, I heard the facts, I heard the stats, I heard this.
I've heard that. I mean, I've watched you for the last
Then-
few years when you started out with men. So I've been watching your content.
Then
for years.
understand that it's working. And now you're saying, well, if you just tweaked it a little bit, you get more. Well, you know what? The Colonel got 11 herbs and spices. Well, if you put 13 in, you get about a 20% bump in customers. I don't think so. The formula works.
Are you done?
And I'm still got a man who's sitting here telling me, nah, I don't feel like it's gonna work that way. And I'm asking you based on what? And you haven't said anything except I just feel this way.
And then, if you're not gonna give them the stats on why it would work, you could at least tell them how to change it.
All right, based in what?
Still gonna disagree with you.
I'm listening. Based in what?
Based off of the conversations that I have with women that detest the content, and I'm an advocate saying, "Hey, listen to
They're
him. He's
detest
trying."
So they detest the content. Why? Please, let's get into this. Who these type of people are?
Are they over 30?
Yes,
Do they tend to be overweight?
some.
Any of them have children out of wedlock?
They all do. I got you.
Any of them college graduates?
I got you. I see where you're going.
Well, that's the type of people that he says are. He never said it was hopeless for any of y'all, but he explains the barriers of being those type of people. And I think the graduates just misinterpret the problem with them because it really doesn't have to be one, but it just, for whatever reason, be one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all smart. Y'all should know what I mean.
But if they listen to me, do you think they would get better outcomes?
Yep.
If they actually paid attention.
Right. Do you think I'm the first person that told them if you lost some weight, you'd have a better health and get a better outcome?
But that's the problem. They're not.
No, it's not the
What's the
problem.
problem?
See, it's not the problem of information. See, you just defeated your own argument.
He didn't have an argument.
It's not the information. They've been given the information several different ways. The problem is they've been given the information spoon-fed and soft. And you know how many people watch me and can't stand it, but they're still sitting there saying, I can't stand it. But they listen. And then they're wondering, why are they watching them? Because the women are getting something out of it. And what I don't understand is why, as a man, you're not on this side saying, yeah, instead of saying softer. We should be going harder.
He just explained it.
We're behind. Black boys are reading at a 4th grade level. These very mothers you're talking about, how are their sons doing? Would you want to be stepdaddy to any of them?
None of them?
Then don't tell me about softening a message when we're
None of them? not a one of them, bruh?
failing our next generation of boys. And we're failing because they hear men who are sitting back saying, yeah, be nicer.
Definitely sitting back.
No other race of men has to be this damn nice.
He definitely like he about to cry. He definitely gonna cry in the car. Soon as the live stream go over, he gotta get some tissue. Look at his face. He went from in the camera to sitting back. He got the sad face. He's broke down. Whatever woman put him up to doing this, it is not going well. If you thought you was gonna get something off this, bro, you are not. You are not getting wet.
But no other race is as combative with one another as we are.
No other race of men need to be stronger than we do.
Yeah, this is where who cares what they do. They not as combative as we are because they ain't combative because they ain't got our flavor. Our flavor is monetizable. So it's a different seasoning that we have to deal with. They're not us. So no, they ain't as combative.
Us. Brother, I keep saying the problem is brothers who think like you're too weak for this fight.
Hate to tell you, bro.
I guarantee you this. Men who go into a place talking like me walk away with more of the women than you do.
Oh, you definitely in the friend zone.
Regardless as to how they look,
women
follow leadership.
Did he just wipe a tear, y'all? You definitely in friend zone. Did he just wipe a tear?
And strength.
Getting a tissue. He gonna cry in the
Or
car.
do you disagree?
I agree with that. They do follow strength. I mean, in the business world, strength always comes out on top. So
why can't black men be strong?
Huh?
Because I think we're dealing with a different generation of women now.
What's that?
They don't
really?
receive it.
Did you look at the last president you had?
So we're dealing with a different generation of women. So that means don't be strong, be weaker, cause they want to be stronger. You sound silly as hell, bro.
You can chuckle all you want to, but he inspired people to riot on the Capitol, didn't he?
Yeah, you're right.
No.
Obama couldn't even. What did Obama get us?
Phones.
Don't tell me about the generations. See, this is where black women make a valid critique. It is
Don't hate on Obama phones. You got phones.
our responsibility not to worry about the motherfucking generation, the price of tea in China, gas, how tight your shoes are. We gotta grab our balls and be fucking men. Even the ones that weren't raised. I wasn't raised this way. You have to make yourself a man worth being followed. And you don't do it with nice words. You do it by grabbing your balls and getting ready to fight. Because if we can't fight our women, how the fuck we gonna fight the world? They don't respect us because our women don't respect us.
Right.
I agree.
You know how many times I've been in corporate America where people have asked me, how do you put up with that? Janice is a hell of a spitfire, such and so forth. They laugh at us. I've been on golf courses and in boardrooms. I could never put up with a woman like Brenda. Wow, Helen is so sweet. She's a spitfire.
So basically, you was letting them throw shots at black women. What was you saying back?
Yeah, spitfire is a way for saying something else. They hold our manhood cheap because we are so weak that our women are walking around with long colored fingernails, furry slippers, pajamas, and bonnets, weighing more than men at our height, cussing at us. And you want to be nice to that?
Yo, that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy when he said it like that.
Fuck that.